Okay, we're going to start off by graphing. Today we'll go much faster because we're not taking notes or anything. Okay, line 1 starts where? At positive 3. And my slope is 1 over 2. So we're going to go up 1 to the left 2. Up 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2. Down 1, left 2. Okay, so this is what my line 1 is looking like. Line 2. Line 2 starts where? At negative 2. And we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3 over 4. Okay, what is that coordinate? 4, 1. Okay, now, there's definitely not a 2 anywhere, so these ones we know for sure. But if you're like, I don't know how the difference between positive and negative, that's fine, but it is D. Okay? Okay, look at number 3. So, first of all, if there's any number that's bigger than 10, I would say you could definitely eliminate it, okay? So, this one, again, you still kind of are going to have to do. So, we plug this one into the other one. So, it's going to look like negative 5x minus 7. And instead of y, I'm putting negative 2x minus 7 equals 13. Okay, then what needs done? Yeah, we're going to distribute. Okay, so I got negative 5x plus 14x plus 49 equals 13. Okay, and then what? Combine. What is negative 5 and a 14? 9? 9x plus 49 equals 13. Then what needs done? Minus 49 on both sides. Okay, so we got 9x equals, what is 13 minus 49? Negative 36. Negative 36, and then divide by 9. Negative 4. Okay, so at this point is when I would say to stop and really look at your answers. First of all, have I ever given you one that says no solution? No. No, so I would probably eliminate that one. Okay, what else could we eliminate? We could also eliminate D. How's come?
Because that's a positive.
Yeah, okay, so at this point, now you got a 50-50 shot if you had to guess, okay? But you can plug it back in, so it's really negative 2 parenthesis negative 4 close parenthesis minus 7. What is that when we plug it back in? What is that? 1? So that's going to be B. Next row. Okay, 5. Okay, we're going to add the 2 together. Okay, and so the x's cancel, and so I've got 7y equals 7. And then what needs to happen? Divide. So I got y equals 1. Okay, so stop, look at your answers. What can we eliminate? B and D. Okay, those ones are not going to work. Okay, and again, at this point, you've got a 50-50 shot of guessing. Okay, or you can go ahead and solve it. Okay, I'm going to solve it, but okay, so it's going to look like I'm using the bottom. You can use any one. 3x minus, and instead of y, I'm putting a 1 equals 5. Okay, we're going to add 1 to both sides, and so I got negative 3x equals 6. And then what?
Divide negative 3 by 6.
Divide negative 3 by 6. we get x equals negative 2.
C.
It is C. Okay, 7 is multiplication one, okay? So if we were trying to cancel the x's, which x is smaller? Which x is smaller, 6 or 9? 6, so that would be the one that needs multiplied. So 6 times what gives us 9? Nothing. Nothing's gonna work out, okay? 6 times 1 is not gonna work, 6 times 2 is 12, okay? So not gonna work. So then you probably need to check the y's, okay? And I got a 5 and a 10. Which one's smaller? 5, so that means the top one is the one that needs multiplied. 5 times what would give me 10? 2, okay? So we're gonna multiply this one by 2. Okay, and then we have to look at the signage. Right now I have a negative 5 and a negative 10. So does this need to be negative or positive? It needs to be negative, okay? Because we want the signs to be different. Okay, so I've got a positive 18x, a positive 10y equals negative 2. Okay, we're distributing to that whole top one. And then the bottom one stays the same. So 6x minus 10y equals 26. Okay, we can go ahead and add them together. 18 plus 6 is going to be 24x. The y's cancel, and then I got a 24. Okay, then what would need done? Divide both sides by 24, and what would that give you?
1.
X equals 1. Okay, so go through and look at your answer options. What can you eliminate?
B, C, and D.
Literally,
Everything except A.
except C. How come C? Yeah, the X is 1, not Y. Okay, so it's going to be C. Okay, so did we even have to finish the problem? No, okay? Stop as soon as you can stop. Okay, number 9, here's what I can tell you. I would look at the line types before I even do anything else. Because if we look at the top one, I'm going to label these. Equation 1, should that be a solid or dotted line? Anybody remember? Solid or dotted?
Dotted.
It is a dotted line, okay? What about equation 2 then? A dotted line. Okay, so both lines should be dotted. So look at your graphs and eliminate what you can. What can we eliminate? We need both lines dotted.
A, B, and D.
Yeah, so it's got to be C. Okay, it's got to be C because we need both lines dotted. Okay, so again, there's little to no work required there. Okay, now if there were 2, then you're gonna have to start looking at like, yeah, I need 2 positive lines or what have you. Okay, look at number 4. What do you do with the dot? What do you do with the dot? Or 11, sorry, I said number 4, didn't I? What's the dot mean? Yeah, it means multiplication, so you're going to multiply the big ones and add the little ones together. So, negative 2 times 2? Negative 4. Okay, so pause and eliminate. What can we eliminate? I need a big negative 4. C and D. Okay, and then I'm going to add up the little ones. So 2 plus 2 is 4. So I need a negative 4 and 4. Okay, this one you're kind of going to have to do a little bit, but so we get 4 times 1, so we get 4 to the 4th, x to the 4 times 3, which is 12. What is the only one that has an x to the 12th power? A. That's the only one that has x to the 12th power. And if you would type in 4 to the 4th on your calculator, you should get 256. Okay? 15 is the division ones. Okay, and so we can reduce that fraction. So negative 3 over 4 is what as a reduced fraction? -3/4. It's still at -3/4. And then you take the exponents and you subtract the top one minus the bottom one. So it would be A1 minus A1. What is 1 minus 1? 0. And 0 kind of just disappears with the exponents. So you're left with just -3/4. Okay, 17 goes back to multiplication. You're going to multiply the big numbers, add the little ones. Okay, so -2 or -1 times 2. -1 times 2 is -2. So I know I'm going to have -2 for my big number. Okay, well at this point, do I need to continue? No, how's come? Look at it. Yeah, it's got to be B. That's the only one with a big -2. The other one has a 6, 12, and 8. 19, you're going to say 2 to the, and then 4 times 1, which is 4. 4 times 4, which is 16. X to the 16. Look at your answer options. What's it have to be? It's got to be C. That's the only one with an X to the 16th power. We're going to do one more. Okay, 21. Reduce the fraction. What does 3/2 reduce to? It's still 3/2. Okay? So 3/2 is still 3/2. So look at your answer options. Which one has a 3/2? C. Okay? Now, you would just subtract the exponents and then move them, but that's what's happening. Okay, we're going to stop here today. Okay, 1 through 22, you need to complete. Okay, 1 through 22, you need to complete.